Hello and welcome to Earth Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. This is going to be a general tarot love reading for Pisces. This is for my lovely Pisces in Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general message, so it won't resonate fully with every single person who comes across it. Please do take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Did I say it's a timeless reading already? I can't remember. I'll say it again just in case. It's a timeless reading, so it's for whenever you come across it. Even if you come across it for the first time, it says it was put up on YouTube 3 months ago. There's something in the message for you. So, what else? Whenever I'm saying this is how you feel about someone, this is how they feel about you, or when I'm describing a situation, if it resonates for you just with the roles reversed, the other way around, please go ahead and reverse the roles. That's absolutely fine. If you're new to the channel, then thank you so much for trying me out. I really appreciate it. I know there's a lot of YouTube tarot readers now, and to pick from, I mean. And if you're a returning subscriber, then huge welcome back, and thank you so much for your amazing support. And thank you for sticking with me. I know I don't put up videos as often as some other channels, but I really appreciate it if you stay subscribed, even so, for when I do put one up. So, Pisces. I'm going to get into the spread straight away for you today. We're going to be asking about you and a particular connection that wants to come through in the reading. We'll get lots of details, lots of specific questions. And yeah, we'll see what comes through for you. So, can I get the top 6 cards for my lovely Pisces, please? I will also say I've got a bit of a cold. It's not that bad, but it is there. But I literally pinpointed this weekend to do videos, so, and that's of course when I had to get a little bit sick, so I just have to do them anyway. So if I have to sip some water through the video, please excuse me. I know it's a bit rude, but I just don't want to start coughing. So with that disclaimer out the way, let's get the top 6 cards for Pisces, please. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Something seems to be a little bit at an impasse, or I haven't seen what's at the bottom of the deck yet, but just something is going on here where you and this person are not necessarily on the best of terms, or something is definitely tense between the two of you, Pisces, and it's almost like there's a stalemate energy coming through. So let's see at the bottom. Oh wow, yeah. At the bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords, and you can literally see on this particular 8 of Swords card, there's these 2 people here who are within the prison, which is never actually a prison. It's something you can break free of, but it's like the mental prison of you're telling yourself, you're both telling yourself that there's no way out, there's no solution. There are 2 people inside this, which normally, most of my other 8 of Swords card, it's just one person. And they have their backs turned to each other as well, but their feet are still in this kind of little pool of water. There you go. So it's saying that there's 2 people here who there is still emotion that's felt between the 2 of them. There's some sort of lingering emotional connection, but there are ideas or there are thought processes that are stopping the 2 of you from feeling like you can be on the same page. So let's see. Oh my goodness, there's potentially a lot of people involved. Gosh, always gets confusing when there's a lot of people involved, but there might be one person has a child with a previous partner, where that situation has fallen apart quite dramatically. It doesn't have to be the case, just bear with me, it's early doors while I get into this reading, Pisces, but there is potentially someone could have had a child with someone, but things completely fell apart in that relationship, but where the plan was for that to be very long term, but as much as that has sent them on this kind of journey of introspection, and they now feel ready to break out on a new path. The fact that they're still tied to that person because they had a child with them might be an element here. But there's a lot of, but maybe potentially 3 friends in particular, 2 male energies and 1 female energy, or it doesn't have to be that in real life, who are talking here maybe about what someone should do, or kind of advising them on what they should do. See. Alright, let me get the next layer for the spread, Pisces. So if anyone hasn't been here before, for the spread I get 3 layers using 3 different tarot decks of the top 6 cards, and then I will go through the spread with you, and I'll use other decks to clarify as we go through the spread as needed. So can I get the top 6 cards again for Pisces, please? Okay. Pisces, my goodness. Well, it looks like it might get, there might be a tougher period before it gets better. Don't click off, because let's get some more details. But it looks like it's not gonna suddenly turn around anytime soon, because it feels like this person is prioritizing another situation at the moment, or something else that they feel very responsible towards, which is restricting them and maybe is causing the stalemate. Let's see, at the bottom of this second deck is the 5 of Pentacles. It's also on the spread as well. So that does talk about a challenging time of feeling potentially shut out, maybe a little bit abandoned. I'm also really drawn to how this figure who is, with the 5 of Pentacles kind of lore, one of the elements is that there is, this person can access into the sanctuary that they are on the outside of. So it doesn't always come through in the message for me, but I am getting strongly that this is someone who is choosing to be out in the cold from maybe this connection, Pisces. It's not something they feel that they can go in and kind of embrace that sense of sanctuary and warmth. Maybe they feel like they have to go through something difficult on their own, or this could be an element of, I've made my bed, now I need to lay in it. But also, I'm saying that this time because the figure who's outside in this 5 of Pentacles card, there is a serpent which is wrapped around its leg, and is actually the head of the snake is coming out from the person's coat. You see that as the snake around the leg, and then its head, if you get the camera will pick it up, is coming out. It's almost like the snake is determining the path, or the direction that person is taking. And with the fact that it's tied around that person's leg as well, it's almost like it's I'm going like Ratatouille, with the film with the rat who pulled the guy's hair and dictated how he was a chef. But that was sweet and wholesome and all for the greater good. This doesn't necessarily feel like that, because the connotation with snakes in terms of symbolism can be about being, if we think about the Adam and Eve and the snake, there was the kind of drawing someone down the path of ruin, to tempt someone into, to take a direction that wasn't necessarily good for them, but may have been good for the snake. So let's see what's going on here. Wow. Now, I've seen the Queen of Pentacles twice, but so far, when I'm looking at the bottom of the decks. But the last time I thought it would be potentially the person's previous partner was the Queen of Pentacles. It is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. It doesn't have to be someone who's literally one of those signs, but it talks about someone you can be in a long-term relationship, something very committed, heading towards marriage with the Queen of Pentacles. Now here at the bottom of the deck, I'll show you, we have the 5 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands Six of Wands also talks about the sense of you will be revered, you'll be respected. This path will lead you to great success and acknowledgement. So I'm not sure if someone, whoever this figure is here, I doubt it's you, Pisces, from what I can see on the spread. This probably is talking about the person that you're here for, or if it's resonating, this will be the person that you're here for. They might be being told by this snake who's dictating their movement and making sure, which makes them think they can't go inside into a sense of warmth and comfort and sanctuary. They could be being told that by taking the path that they're being led down, that will lead them to success. Underneath that, we have the World, the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. All three of those speak of long-term. Someone you're either in a very long committed relationship with, it's a very serious relationship, could be leading to marriage. I mean, the Hierophant talks about higher levels of commitment and structures such as marriage. There is an element of spirituality as well, but you see also with this Hierophant card, there are steps that lead to that gateway. So excuse me sniffing, that is going to happen whilst I have a cold. It almost feels like maybe someone is being led in the direction of a particular person, that they're being like led towards that by an influence, which is telling them that that is the person that they would end up being able to have marriage with, a long-term commitment with. But there's some element also of maybe being guilt-tripped, or feeling that they have to do this because this person may have taken a long time to, I don't know, it's almost like, I'm picking up on someone who has taken longer than average to move into those other chapters of life that some people, the majority of society, if you like, move into. So what I mean is that it's almost like their time frame, the period of their life before they got married, that they had a family, that they bought a house, these kind of milestones that a lot of people associate with kind of the be all and end all of having a good life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that at all, but obviously they are very important moments in that, if they're going to be part of your lifetime. So it's almost like I'm getting someone who, they might have stayed single for longer than their social circle or their what the phrase just popped into my head and jumped out. Then is like the social norms, or my god, the phrase will come back to me later, but it's like on the tip of my head. Peers, their peer group. So that was it. It's like their peers. They might feel judged by their peer group for the life they have ended up living or the choices that they've made. There was some, but I feel like this person was lived like that, not out of a sense of irresponsibility, but out of knowing that it was best that they be on their own and sort out themselves to a place that they were very strong independently. Maybe they felt like there was stuff from their past they needed to work through, from their childhood, that kind of thing. This is someone who was like, no, I know for now my journey is to be on my own, and because I've got some stuff to work through. But they also now feel guilty, maybe that it has taken them longer. Okay. Oh. But then there is something here about there could have been a bit of overindulgence with someone who was very attractive to this person, very tempting. It could have just been like one night of passion that has derailed their plans as such. I don't know if this person is like being guilted into getting into a relationship with someone that they accidentally had a one-night stand with and got pregnant is kind of the vibe I'm getting, but let's see. That doesn't have to be literally that. It's just a general energy I'm getting. There's definitely this feeling of guilt, and I get this sense of people putting their 2 cents in about what this person does. This person could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. They don't have to be. But it would be like they have peers who are maybe telling them, well, you are now, you're going to have a child with this person, or you do have a child with this person, so it's time for you to, like, make a husband out of yourself, or that kind of thing is what I'm getting. Like, therefore you should get married. Okay. Let's get the third layer for your spread, Pisces, and it's pitch dark outside. Alrighty, I'll shut the curtains after this reading. Okay. But I don't know. I get this feeling that whoever they're now tied to, and they might be being guilted about getting even more tied in with that person, I don't know if that's how, there's like a control element. I'm not saying that necessarily that person, for example, made sure that they did get pregnant by them so that they could then, keep them. It's not necessarily, but there's just this element of, like, that's how that's their modus operandi, is to, like, back someone into a corner, so they feel obliged to them. That might be how they operate with their other relationships in their life. Okay. Alright. Oh, Pisces. Yeah, wow. Okay, so at the bottom of the third deck we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, the Empress, the Fool. Oh, I'm sorry. And then the Tower underneath that as well. 5 major arcana. There's definitely an element here of a massive twist of fate, which sends someone in a different direction that they weren't, I'm going to cough, excuse me, that they weren't planning. A Magician, the Empress, I mean, I was just talking about someone who may have engineered getting themselves pregnant. So that I have to say that because the Magician is about making something happen. It could also be an element here of a mother figure trying to make something happen as well. Now, I don't mean like trying to make someone, a mother figure trying to get their daughter or son to have a child. Not necessarily that, but they could be it could be a mother's influence on, like, maybe even behind the scenes a little bit, about what feels like a twist of fate or a massive change. Because it feels like there was this energy of, just as something was about to begin, just as someone was going to maybe take a chance or take a leap towards someone that they were interested in, suddenly the tower falls, and it could be from a message. I don't know if you received a message, Pisces, potentially, where someone was like informing you that they had informing you about this person, potentially, like, oh, have you heard they are having a child with so and so, or have you heard they're in a relationship with someone and it's not you, kind of thing. So it's something that they've started somewhere else. It's have you heard is kind of what I'm getting, but it also feels deceptive, the information that you're finding out. There's some element to it which is someone thinks that they're being very clever and tricking you by giving you this little nugget of information. But that information has led you potentially, or will be leading you to feel like you have to leave this behind you, like move on. But there's a gut, like nagging feeling that what you're being told is not necessarily the truth. This could be about this other person though as well. This could be... this could be this person being told, by the way, do you know that so-and-so is pregnant? And that could be someone that they hooked up with, a couple of months ago, within the time frame, do you know what I mean? And they feel that changes the course that they were going to take, but there's this nagging feeling that something's not quite right. Assign the roles as it resonates for you here, but there is definitely this sudden change that comes from a message, like something quite innocuous, like a text message or a message online or whatever, and it changes the field of play completely. Okay, let's get into the spread. So, how you're feeling about this person, Pisces? Oy. So you have the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Pretty shitty. Basically, 2 5s. 5s in the Minor Arcana speak of challenges, and there's this... Maybe you've already had an argument with this person. Maybe there has been a falling out recently, or you just feel like angry with them, but angry and disappointed. And that if it is anger, I feel like it's coming more from a place of being hurt, because now it could be that you feel this gutted sense because you did have an argument with them, and as a result they have distanced themselves from you. Like, you might be kicking yourself because that argument was fueled by like an emotional reaction. Sometimes when we're really upset and hurt, it can be twisted into anger, and that's how it can be presented to someone else. But it's not even that you're angry, like as in it's not like you hate them. It's actually because it's actually because of how much you feel for this person, that was the equivalent level of negative emotion that was shown, because essentially you were angry because of how much they mean to you, and now you might feel like they have walked away from you, left like the feelings that were there between the two of you behind, or you feel like you have to walk away from this person, but you're certainly not in a happy place about having to do that. The 5 of Wands is 2 people, obviously, in a disagreement where there is no solution to be had from how the disagreement has been approached. So this is kind of going into an argument, and it can be reactive, like in the moment of, you had no intention to show that an element of anger towards this person, but it was like an instant reaction, is what I mean by reactive, of hearing information or them broaching something with you, but there was no solution that was going to come from that conversation, so it just felt like you were going around in circles, potentially, or a little bit hopeless. And yeah, you could also feel angry that you might feel like this person has been manipulated into a certain situation, which is causing them to lose what the two of you have. Let me see. Anything else to add about how Pisces is feeling about this person? So we have the 3 of Wands sideways that came out. So the Knight of Pentacles tried to come out and didn't quite make it, so I'm just holding it there looking at it. And then the deck split to show the Queen of Swords and the 5 of Swords. I didn't even need to see the Five of Swords, to be honest. I already knew that was kind of the vibe, because you are disappointed with some sort of communication that they have had with you. It could have been that them saying, listen, this is the situation right now. Who knows what will happen in the future? We don't know what the future will bring. Maybe the two of us will be able to come back towards each other again. But like right now, yeah. I mean, underneath the Queen of Swords is the Four of Pentacles. I think your feeling is that this person has shown you a really selfish side of them as well, from how they've approached this, because they are maybe suggesting, maybe at some point down the line, there's no guarantee though, there's no I will be coming to you, just give me a year to sort this situation out. It's a question mark, which is why the Three of Wands has come out sideways. And it's a very disappointing conversation with that Five of Swords. It's no one has got what they wanted out of whatever went down between the two of you. And yeah, with that Queen of Swords energy, it's like you know when you're being treated with a level of disrespect and also apathy. Is apathy the right word? Like, well, I guess as it came out, maybe that is crucial. Maybe someone did feel like this person was treating you apathetically, like other things are more important, and what will be when it comes to us. And it's like, sorry, what? Anything else for how Pisces is feeling about this person? Wow. You feel that this person is very charming and tries to say the right things at the right time, as in they know the things to say. Like they're not. It's not like it's like they almost are practiced with what they're saying to get what they want in the moment. But your intuition is telling you, you know when you're being basically abandoned. It's like you feel like this person's very good at being charismatic and charming, and also saying things that is what you're supposed to say in the moment to sound like a good person. Anything else? Can you tell me about that Eight of Cups? Why is Pisces feeling the Eight of Cups? Three of Swords flew out, Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I mean, seriously. As I said, you feel like you're going to have to leave this behind you, but it is not what you wanted to do. You actually feel completely gutted and potentially heartbroken about knowing that that's where you're being left in this. That's the only option that you have, is to walk away from this. Someone, I don't know if the mic picked it up, I hope it didn't. Someone outside in their car just held their horn down for a good, at least 10-20 seconds. Which I don't know if that's some sort of confirmation, because that's someone who is very angry, trying to make a point also of how angry they are. Anything else? Can you tell me why the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands, for how Pisces is feeling? Oh, Pisces. Then we have the Five of Pentacles that landed on top of the Three of Swords. So 3 fives. It's just awful. At the bottom of the deck, well, the deck split when that came out, but the bottom of the deck is the Devil, and then the other card that was showing when the deck split was the Eight of Swords, which, bearing in mind, that's the first card. And the Devil is on the deck as well. There is no way forward. There is no hope in this situation. Oh, wow. Yeah, I strongly am getting the message that you feel like someone else has engineered this. You might be angry. That's what I'm getting, is of how have you allowed this person to manipulate you, to trap you, to make you it might be that you feel like someone has intentionally done something, which means that this person feels that they have to end things with you. Because underneath the devil we have the magician. Oh, here's the guy with the beeper again. Anyway, sorry, traffic, London traffic. Devil, the magician, the three of cups, the wheel of fortune, and the 10 of swords. Sorry, and the 7 of cups is underneath the 10 of swords. The magician I showed you already with the Empress and the wheel of fortune. So similar cards there at the bottom and of the third deck. And I was talking about someone like making something happen to completely change the direction of everything. And the magician with the 3 of cups and the wheel of fortune again. It's either, it could be friends who did something to, well, essentially it could be friends, or it could be talking about a third party, essentially, with the 3 of cups. And then the 10 of swords and the 7 of cups. This is like forcing someone's hand by trapping them. With the devil and the 8 of swords is entrapment, essentially. It's the devil is like, imagine a 100-ton weight that's just been dropped on this person. Like, you're not going anywhere. 8 of swords. Yeah. Okay, so that's how you're feeling about this person, Pisces. Let's move on how they're feeling about you. So we have the Hanged Man, the Emperor, and the 7 of Cups. So the Hanged Man is one of Pisces' major arcana. The Emperor is Aries major arcana. So what I'm getting here is this person feels like what they can do with their life, like what they need to take into consideration when making any choices about their life, has now been completely changed. Like, in terms of, so like when you go on holiday, when you're a single, financially independent person, and you're just a single human, you can go on holiday pretty easily. Maybe you need to like agree the time off at work, and obviously you need to pay for your holiday, but other than that, see you guys when I get back, kind of thing. But when you have a partner, you can't just choose to go when you want and where you want, because you have to take into consideration what they want to do as well, if you want to go together, obviously. Or if you're like myself, it's me and my dog, so I can't just choose to go on holiday willy-nilly, or just that's what I need to consider. Doesn't just stop at the other requirements I just mentioned. I now have to also think, who's going to look after him? Is he going to be okay? Like, suddenly becomes a factor. So that's what no one needs to know about that. It's very boring. But I'm trying to make a point here of this person's, what they need with the Emperor, particularly this Emperor from this deck that's come out from, is someone who is very responsible and wants to look after anyone who comes in his care. I'm saying his because the Emperor is the divine masculine. It could easily be a woman in real life coming through as the Emperor, but the point is, this is the energy of someone who is a provider and is very responsible and reliable for those that are in their care. So this person may feel like suddenly, because the Hanged Man is here, that is a change of perspective. It also can talk of delays and putting someone on pause while they rethink how they're going to make things work, or rethink their responsibilities in life or their goals in life. This is like, if you thought you were going to go forward in one direction, no, you're going to have to revisit, replan, review, like what you thought your choices were. So for example, going back to my fascinating example, if I can't get care for my dog, I can't go on holiday. So it's like, you have to, maybe in some ways the world of choices shrink slightly because of a choice I already made, which was getting my dog, which I absolutely never ever regret. He's fantastic. But it's like choices you make before will influence the choices you can make going forward. And that's what I'm getting from the energy of this person, is maybe they feel like they do have this element of responsibility of whatever's going on here. If for going back to the example, although it absolutely doesn't have to be that, but if this is someone who feels like, okay, I made my bed that I got someone pregnant and now I have to lie in it by stepping up here, and there's going to be a baby, that changes everything. That's the message I'm getting, effectively. This is someone going, whatever's happened changes everything. I need to reconsider everything, reconsider my choices. With the Seven of Cups, this is how this person feels about you, though. So as much as this is giving me a sense of someone who wants to do the right thing with that Emperor energy. That is a good egg in general, but there is this sense of confusion as well. This person might feel like their world has been turned upside down slightly with the Hanged Man and the Seven of Cups. They're not 100% sure what to do right now, so their approach is to do nothing until they have got more clarity on what they should do, essentially. And that involves you, how they're feeling about you as well, Pisces. So can you tell me anything else about how this person is feeling about Pisces? Oh, well, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Wands that came out together. Now, this would talk about they always did actually see success in the two of you building on something together. This is like the two of us would work really well together with this combination, is how they're feeling. Like if we got into it, we're a team, if we teamed up, and we could teach each other a lot, we could really benefit and grow from each other, and there would be success for the two of us. But when those came out, the deck split to show the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Oi, underneath the Seven of Swords is the Three of Cups. Okay. I feel like this was, between the two of you, I feel like this was something that was relatively in an early stage, Pisces, because what this is telling me is this person may also have met you as, I don't mean this with any offense, but like as one of their dating options. They were looking out there to see who was about. I don't think there's much wrong with, in very early stages, you wouldn't crucify someone for going on like 3 dates in the space of 2 weeks, for example, to meet different people, and then reviewing and being like, oh, who do I have the strongest connection with, for example. Now, I feel like that may have been where this person was at with you, like as in maybe you were dating but you weren't exclusive. Maybe you were both dating other people as well, or just they were. But they thought when it came to you that the two of you would work very well together. However, there is now other layers going on from what was going down with one of their other options, effectively. So, I mean, obviously I hope that you knew it wasn't exclusive. If you didn't, that's a completely different story. What I'm saying is going off the basis that you knew it wasn't exclusive between the two of you as yet. But considering how angry and upset you are, maybe you didn't. So tell me more, anything else about how this person's feeling about Pisces? Got the Devil that came out sideways. So at the bottom of the deck when the Devil fell out was the Eight of Wands, then the Emperor, then the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands underneath that. This is sudden communication, well, I mean not sudden, but communication which is, I think I said sudden because this person's like holding like a bow and arrow. It could be an element of Sagittarius energy, but it's sudden news that reaches this Emperor and tells them that in their horizon is going to be a commitment. There, like a union of some sort is on the horizon. So why are the devils sideways? Oh my god. Oh, this might be a specific reading today because I keep getting the same message. So we've got the Two of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. Now, it could have been that they were weighing up pros and cons between you and someone else. It sounds slightly Machiavellian, but I feel like we all do that naturally when we starting to meet different people and be like, oh, I like this element about this person, but I like this element about this person. Yeah, because also at the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone reserving judgment, making too swift a decision to cut someone off, because they're still reviewing, still assessing which is the better match, or which of us are more, what is the word? Oh, sorry, my brain's a bit fuzzy from the cold. Which of us are more compatible is the word. So basically that's what I'm getting. And then we have the Two of Swords and the Four of Cups and the Three of Cups. It's someone not wanting to make a decision either way because they don't want to miss out on maybe, I don't know if you did know, I'm getting more a message that maybe you didn't know this person was keeping their options open because they didn't want to have to make a choice. And I get more of that they felt like they would make a choice too early and then they would find out that it was actually the other person, of course, Murphy's Law, that they'd rejected, that they actually wanted. So they kept going back and forth because they didn't want to make a decision too early and then end up regretting it because they've missed out on the other person. But the other card that came out when I was clarifying for the Queen of Wands was the Empress. So I feel like this person's desire potentially to have, to be able to maybe even have an element of control of, I don't want to make my choice yet between these two people, for example. It's some sort of kind of maybe being a little bit selfish in that regard because especially if neither person knew that they were, or maybe if you didn't know, Pisces, that you were being pitted, weighed up in pros and cons between you and someone else, then that's different because that is more of this person being a little bit selfish. It's not about how you might feel about being, put on the weighing scale with someone else. It's just how they feel, and they like to have all the options for them to be able to choose whether you're up for that or not. That person didn't consider that. But it feels almost like if there was another party being considered, they felt like they were doing checkmate by making sure that they got themselves pregnant, is the very specific message I'm getting through for you, Pisces. So let's move on because I'm spending way too long on this part of the video and I don't want it to be 2 hours long. How they're viewing you, Pisces, we have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Honestly, it's a little confusing because it's just people for how they're viewing you. I mean, the King of Cups can be your energy. It's water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now, the fact that they're viewing you embodying the element of two kings, now, obviously, this could be a same-sex relationship, but there is not necessarily any gender in tarot, so it doesn't have to be. But for example, if that was the case, then they might be viewing you as someone who your emotional side, which you maybe have a strong emotional intelligence. I'm not just saying that because you're a Pisces, I'm saying that because I'm looking at the King of Cups. They might feel like it balances very well with their, if they are more like hot-headed or entrepreneurial, or just a go-getter, kind of like fiery, like just maybe they leap before they completely think through things, or maybe they're good at like thinking of very exciting pursuits, but they don't necessarily think about everyone's feelings that might be influenced by those pursuits. They might feel like you balance each other out very nicely in that regard, for some of you. Otherwise, for others of you, they might be seeing that you carry both of those elements within you, male or female. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that you are very. It could be that you are very strong in both those elements of a personality in one. With the Page of Cups here, they might view. Let me just get some clarification, because this could be, Page of Cups is like, it can talk about the start of something which is, there's certainly like an emotional connection being established between the two of you. You care about each other, you've expressed that you care about each other, you get on very well. But the Page of Cups traditionally can talk about an apology, so maybe they feel like they're viewing you as an apology in the future might be something that they would be able to offer and that you would accept, because they feel like there's this connection or like an attachment that's been established between the two of you. Let me just quickly, anything else? Tell me about the two kings, please. Hold on. Tell me about the two kings. Why is this person viewing Pisces this way? Eight of Swords and the Two of Wands. That's the third time I've seen the Eight of Swords. There is a strong sense of a choice has been made for this person, and that someone else was kind of working on. Someone else's plans have come to fruition, but it has meant that this person's no longer has a choice in the plans they were thinking they were going to make. Especially with that Eight of Swords. Oh my god, I just shuffled randomly before starting to shuffle again, and at the bottom of the deck is the Devil. Bearing in mind, Devil and the Eight of Swords, we just saw that combination from a different deck. I just saw it probably 20 minutes ago, to be fair, but why are they viewing Chariot in reverse? Why the Page of Cups? Strength in reverse. And the Seven of Swords. Oh, buddy. At the bottom of the deck is the Magician, the Hanged Man, the Judgment card. That's very strong. You've made your... I've made my bed, I have to lie in it. / I've hung myself in this tree. I'm going to have to stay hanging here. With Judgment, this is... I brought this on myself kind of energy. It's almost like they're viewing you as though there was something here. And... but they're... them sneaking around, maybe thinking they were being clever or getting away with having that situation where they were able to have their cake and eat it too, in terms of seeing which path, that had more abundance down it before actually committing to one path over the other. That has come back to bite them in the arse. The Chariot and the Strength in reverse. I mean... the Strength in reverse can talk about weakness. They might feel that this was a weakness in them to not... maybe to not be upfront. I think that's what I want to say. to not be upfront, and also with the Chariot in reverse, to not know which direction they wanted to go in from the very start. Because the Chariot in reverse, it can talk about there's no forward movement here, especially with that Eight of Swords. This is like, you know, the wheels have been taken off the Chariot effectively. But it can also talk about like the Chariot is always being pulled by two horses or creatures, depending on the deck. And if it's in reverse, it can talk about those horses are not on the same page, and they are pulling the Chariot, trying to pull it in two different directions as well. Okay, so what is this person's current situation? Well, it's pretty straightforward actually, especially now we've delved into a bit deeper to make sure before I jump to conclusions. But this person's current situation, Pisces, is Justice, the Devil, and the Four of Wands. Now, in another context, I might say this, especially with Justice and the Four of Wands. Four of Wands talks about union and marriage. We actually already saw it briefly when I was clarifying, and I was saying that this news has come to this person, which suddenly their future is, it turns out your future involves the Four of Wands, and here it is in their situation. And the Four of Wands talks about union and marriage and commitment. The Justice can also talk about legal matters. So if it was Justice and the Four of Wands, maybe even with the Devil, but, you know, with another element here, then I would say maybe this is talking about divorce, breaking out of something, a union which was meant to be very beautiful, but has turned into more of a prison than a beautiful family home. But it's not, unfortunately. What I'm getting, especially from how you feel, the fact that this person feels like I've literally tied my own hands here. And what I'm getting is that this is being used as more of a way to keep this person in, to keep this person to, as a controlling element here. But obviously there is also, with the Justice, this is karmically reaping what you sow as well. I mean, there is an element here of this person is being, this is giving me shotgun wedding vibes, but it's a little bit, it's kind of like doing the right thing by someone who otherwise they would be maybe dishonoring if they didn't. Now, I don't want to say that, I'm not suggesting that being in a marriage or being the father or father figure to someone who you've impregnated, that is not necessarily a prison sentence at all. But and obviously it's commendable to step up to the plate in some ways, but I don't know. It's a question for you to decide about whether it's right to do that, even if you don't want to be there. And is it right to force someone into that commitment when they don't want to be there? But yeah, I'll leave that with you guys. But the fact that the Devil here, and it's a Devil which is something huge as well. It's bigger than the sum of its parts. Has like got these two people in a jar. It's I'm just like feeling like I'm getting that sense of like trapping a butterfly in a Tupperware jar, and I keep hearing the sound of like the whoop when you put the lid on, which I can't really do a good impression of. Anything else before we move on? Because it's pretty cut and dry. Can you tell me about this Devil in this person's current situation? The Chariot with the Page of Wands. We've got the Magician and Judgment when those fell out. It's funny because the Magician is generally, especially in the upright, is a positive energy. It's very powerful energy of creation and manifestation. But it just keeps being tied every time I see it with either a tower or a devil, and it's or the Empress, to be fair. But it just keeps giving me the sense of someone has made sure this happened. I mean, they'd be very careful if you've acting like that. Obviously, I don't think I need to tell you guys, but you might get what you want in the short term, but you're creating a karmic debt for yourself as well. But anyway, tell me more. It's interesting that the Chariot is here in the upright for the Devil in their current situation, but remember, they're viewing you as the Chariot in reverse. Tell me about the Chariot in this person's current situation. That counts as major arcana as well. Tell me about the Chariot for this person's situation. The Devil. So I clarified the Devil and the Chariot came out, and then I clarified the Chariot and the Devil. Sorry, am I saying that right? I clarified the Devil, the Chariot came out. I clarified the Chariot and the Devil came out. So, wow. Oh, listen. So, when the Devil came out of this deck, we have the King of Swords at the bottom, and when the deck split, the Fool is here. Now, the King of Swords in this deck can talk about someone kind of fighting for what they believe in, standing their ground, fighting for what they want, fighting for what they want to do with their life. Especially with the Fool, is someone who is going to walk off and go in a different direction and leave whatever they're walking. Like, it's like a very strong Eight of Cups in this deck. And underneath that, the Fool is the Queen of Cups, which can be you, Pisces. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But essentially, even if it wasn't you as a water sign reading, this is, I'm going, I'm leaving, this is over, or I'm standing on my ground and saying that I'm heading towards someone that I love. And, no you're not. No you're not, with the Devil. Did this person announce that they were going to end things? No, I don't think so. They might have, this person felt like they were just a little bit untouchable. The Sun card came out, and then the deck showed the split to show the Four of Cups and the Six of Wands. Six of Wands in the Sun is kind of giving me someone who gets a lot of attention and admiration, and also, is a little bit, is also not going to be strong-armed into doing anything they don't want to do. So, okay. I mean, if they didn't say it, in terms of like, I am going to end things with you and head towards my Pisces, because I feel like that is a better direction for me. I feel like I'm going to be more successful there. I mean, with the Sun and the Six of Wands, we also saw how they feel about you, Pisces, was the Six of Wands. So it could be that they may have said, look, I'm just really happy with Pisces and I feel like it's going to be very successful. So Four of Cups, they might have I don't think they said anything to the other party though. I think they might have just gone a little bit started to become more dismissive or pull back or started to ignore them, not give them as much attention with that Four of Cups. And this is like boop in that Tupperware, you're not going anywhere. Wow. So, I'm sorry this reading's a bit longer than my average Pisces, and they're normally quite long, but the action this person's going to take towards you next, most likely, well, we've got the Two of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Swords. So I'm afraid, in terms of action, the Two and the Three of Swords add up to the Five of Swords as well, which is, it can often talk of no communication, or like a sense of defeat when it comes to communicating between the two of you. This is why I kind of got from that things are going to probably not get better any time in the immediate. And I have to tell you that as an honest reader. This isn't going to suddenly turn around in the near future, I don't think. Because effectively, the Two of Swords talks about someone sticking their head in the sand and not addressing, the... Almost also, it's not just that with this Two of Swords card. It's not just the fact that they're in denial. or they're just trying to focus on other stuff. This is also a little bit of an element of it's not even crossing this person's mind, I don't think, how much this situation is actually hurting you. They're just trying not to think about it, to be completely honest. This Two of Swords is that they are just... This might be someone who's good at compartmentalizing, or it might just be someone who, you know, their operating system for dealing with difficult situations or people that they've upset is to just not think about them. And that's no criticism of you, Pisces. It's a little bit, I mean, it might just be how this person, you know, we all handle things differently, but the way they handle situations where they feel like they know, because there is no way with this combination of how you feel about them that they don't know that they've upset you and potentially disappointed and pissed you off, etc., and really hurt you with the Three of Swords that came out for you as well. But this person's approach to that, and maybe to anyone that they've hurt in their life, is just, you know, just don't think about it. Just focus on other stuff. I mean, with the Six of Pentacles, this is also giving more of their attention to something else, another situation, prioritizing something else, and otherwise, it's not even giving, like, oh, they're throwing themselves into their work to keep themselves busy. It's not that. They're just being, when it comes to you, person's giving me more of a thoughtless energy, and they've now just switched up their focus to giving all their attention to what is at the forefront right now, what's right in their face. It might be also, I mean, with the Three of Swords, sometimes this card, it can be read as if, like, trying to hide something from someone because you knew it would hurt them. But I think that ship has sailed when it comes to this for you, Pisces. This is more like this person in the shadows there doesn't want to open up the door and see you with the Three Swords stabbed into you there, metaphorically. They don't want to open that can of worms, or, you know, not that you're a can of worms, but they just want to put the fact that they've hurt you in a box, in a different room, and it, you know, it's not even there now because I can't see it. Out of sight, out of mind, basically, is what they're going to be doing. They don't want to open up the door and see how much they have hurt you. So this is also giving me like a bit of an ignoring energy. So if you feel like on top of everything else, now they're ignoring me, it's their dealing mechanism, basically, for coping mechanism, for the fact that they are now like completely shifted in giving all their attention to someone else, and they can't deal with how much that might be hurting you, or how much pain they might have caused you. What's going to be happening between you and this person going forward from when you see this reading? I normally say the next few weeks, next month, Pisces, but that time's going to be different for everyone. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. Now, this is interesting because the Five of Pentacles is certainly where this connection is at right now, I would say, or in the near future, obviously, when, you know, the shiz hits the fan. The Five of Pentacles is that sense of we are in the, like, the connection is in the wilderness. It was also at the bottom of the second deck there, like, you're not in that sense of closeness. You're actually almost like strangers to each other is kind of what I'm getting. But there, with this Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, that would suggest like someone offering... The Ace of Pentacles talks about a new opportunity, or maybe an olive branch, and the Knight of Swords, it comes out of nowhere. That could also be the way the response to the olive branch is going to come through, though. Very blunt and bold in the communication style. So let me see, which deck do I want to use? Oh, I used that one already. Let's use this one. Oh, sorry, I hit the mic. What is this Ace of Pentacles, please? Because I feel like this is, you know, you're going forward in a crappy place with this person and the connection. And then there's an Ace of Pentacles, which comes out of absolutely nowhere. What is this? Ace of Pentacles. Oh my god, it's the Ace of Pentacles. And the Chariot. Ace of Pentacles being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. With the Chariot, again, seen it several times now. It's Cancer's major arcana. We've also got Capricorn with the Devil. Not all Capricorns are devils, but it's here. We've got Libra. Those are the main signs, other than the ones I've already mentioned. But yeah, Aries, Pisces, Cancer. Okay. So, the Ace of Pentacles and the Chariot, to clarify the Ace of Pentacles. I mean, that's fast as well. With the Chariot and the Knight of Swords are two of the fastest energies in the deck, if not the two fastest energies. So this is definitely sudden, and it's not a slow burn, whatever this offer is. What is this Ace of Pentacles? Ten of Wands in reverse. Whatever it is it's a release of, well, it's a relief. It's a release of a great deal of heaviness. What is that? I'm just going to move the mic slightly. I feel like I'm going to hit it again. What is this Ten of Wands in reverse? The Moon with the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. On the Page of Cups. Still want to say something too soon. Well, I mean, at the bottom of the deck, I've got the Justice, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. It does talk about... I feel like something's going to be coming through for you, Pisces, that makes this situation better. I don't want to say too soon who it is that's coming through, but there's something here where it may have been... It's going to be unexpected because this is like something that's been happening behind the scenes that that you haven't... Because what came out with the... Sorry, did I say the Moon came out? We got the Seven of Pentacles and the Moon that came out. And that's like... it's something that you may have worked on before. Whether it's... I don't know. I'm going to ask in a second whether it's this person or someone new or someone else. But basically it's something that you previously put effort into, or a person or a connection that you put effort into, or something else that behind the scenes you didn't realise that the seeds that you planted for that situation were about to bear fruit, and actually will now bear a significant fruit of the Ace of Pentacles, which is coming towards you. And that paying off is actually going to be such a relief for the Five of Cups that you're currently feeling about the person who's coming through in this reading. That amount of sadness and grief, it will almost like lift. Now, I'm not saying it will completely, like you won't have a single shred of feeling for this person anymore, or any sadness about how that went down, but it's like it won't feel as heavy anymore because of something new. And with this, I've shuffled it already, but that Justice and the Ace of Wands, it's almost like if there's this strong sense of being treated, or this situation, how it went down was unfair. You know, it's like when people do treat you badly or do shitty things to you. There's probably a lot more I could say about it, but this video is already so long. But the short version of my approach is karma will deal with them if it is right that they should be dealt with. Otherwise, you know, it is what it is, kind of thing. So and that's what I'm getting here, is that if what happened here, which it does feel like with the fact that how much of the devil has shown up, but also with this person potentially weighing the pros and cons off between you and someone else, if you were treated unfairly, or what has happened with this person being the entrapment is unfair in some way, then like balance is going to be coming in some sort of unexpected opportunity coming towards you, Pisces, which is going to make this not feel as bad. Basically, it might even feel like a relief that this didn't work out because of something else that you didn't know was actually about to bear fruit. Can you tell me anything else about what this is? Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles. Why the Queen of Pentacles? I mean, Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Swords and the Lovers at the bottom of the deck now. It's Gemini's major arcana. Queen of Pentacles is Earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, but it is also talking about long-term commitment, very nurturing energy. It's very positive and abundant financially as well, and moving forward in a very positive way. Now, it could be a new job offer or some sort of some project that you were working on that suddenly out of the blue results in a new opportunity for you. And it might just be also that you might feel like this is a relief that it didn't work out with this person, because you're now actually in a much better stable state with the Queen of Pentacles, and you can actually move towards this without anything holding you back, because you're free to do so. But the fact that the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck as well, it does give me the sense of something to, because this is a love reading as well, but something to do with this offer is also leading you in a very positive direction when it comes to your love life. Maybe following your passion in some way. And there's a sense of closure about the other situation that's going to be coming. But I think that's where we'll stop for now, because this is getting into like a grey area of prediction. But it definitely looks like there's very positive opportunity coming towards you, which is going to actually give you the opportunity for a lot of success. And it's going to greatly lift how you're feeling right now with this current situation. But that's what I've got for you this time, Pisces. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful for someone out there. Thank you so much for watching. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. It just takes a second. It really helps the video and the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you. And if it resonated at all, leave me a comment and let me know. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. I wish you all my best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.